Hello everyone, today is December the 31st, 2022, the last day of 2022. I stand proxy for all of you. During graduation, the dean will say, I stand proxy for those who are not able to be here. So I stand proxy for all of you in thanking God for keeping us to this last day of 2022. 1st of January 2022, January, February, March. And now we are the last day. I normally barb my hair in preparation for the new year, which I just done. I did that today. I'd like to thank you all for attending the sensitization workshops. You all did very well. And I think quite a productive event. And I did fulfill the promise of sending you those resource materials. I've seen acknowledgement by those who got them. In a few hours, we'll be entering 2023. It's going to be a year of gallant entry of CC Mass into the Nigerian university system. This video is just to build on the earlier one which we shared with you, and more importantly, is on how the program working groups can develop the courses. It's not a matter of do as I do, not do as I say. That is, we'll tell you do this, and so how does it get done? So that's the object of this session. Let's do it. Oh yes, let's do it. So it's do as I do, not as I say. It's a leadership example in the development of the institutional 30% addition. As Professor Michael Fabo already said, top up to the CC Mass, and Peter Okebukola again, December 31st, as I stated in the opening. So the goal of this session is to provide a practical example of how we can develop a course which will guide the program working groups, PWG. When I talk about leadership example, what do I mean? I mean that Stratcom people, where I belong, we should also be able to develop the course. You know, Stratcom DAPs were like supraordinate vetters, so we should also be able to do it. Not just tell them this is how you do it. We should be able to, develop the courses. DAPs, potential reviewers of 30% addition to the CC Mass. Indeed, we're going to use this as basis for final selection of the reviewers. If they are not able to develop the courses themselves, then there's a problem there, and they may not be finally selected. You see, this is the maths teacher who said 2y plus 5 is equal to 18. Find y. Of course, this boys, what kind of interesting question is this teacher asking? Sir, that is letter y on the board. Where else should we find it? Oh yes, we're going to find something here, and what we're going to find is a course that I will be developing. You know, I propose these courses for the Department of Science and Technology Education of Lagos State University, and these courses are for the Computer Science Education Program, and I'm going to be focusing on this one, just picking it out as a course for the development. And you know, at the end of the day, this program must develop the full material for all the courses. So as I said, I'm going to be focusing on this. It's easy. I always say it's easy because I know it is easy. I returned to Lagos just a few hours ago, and I spent just about 40 minutes in developing the course I'm going to show you, because it's straightforward. The institution, you put the institution's name, the faculty, department, program. So that's the table of contents. But let's look at the grading criteria for the table of contents for the ones you will be submitted. So institution, if you just indicate your institution is Lagos State University, Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, or Bensi Dausa University, Benin, you have a score of 1. The faculty, you have a score of 1, department 1, 1, and then the program. The program should be exactly as listed in the CCMAS. So you don't come up with any program that is just not recognized. You take those that are listed in the CCMAS. That's straightforward. So we have 2 marks there. Then the course itself that you are going to develop. For want of some other labels, I've used the indigenous. That's course that's indigenous to your university, or homegrown. We can give it other titles as we progress. We have just to use these titles. So the code like this should be as we exemplified in the previous video. So it will be like Osun State University, Uni Osun dash or this hyphen ACC for accounting, and the 101 or whatever it is. And then you should have the title, the status will be compulsory or elective, and contact hours to be clearly specified. Contact hours will mean lectures, practicals. That will be 5 marks. You can see that the marks are easy to earn. Then the Senate approved relevance to vision, mission, strategic goals, uniqueness, and contextual peculiarities of the university. So nobody comes from anywhere in the program working and just come up with something. No. It has to be approved at higher levels. And that has to reflect the vision, mission, and all of these things that we have listed here. So this component of your course should show congruence with the vision, mission, and contextual peculiarities of the university. Full 10 marks. So you have the overview. At least you have 2 paragraphs, which will clearly give the general, like kind of abstract of the entire thing. That will be 10 marks. Indeed, if you can look at this one, 5 marks per paragraph. So the objectives, you should have at least 5 objectives, and they should use action verbs. 5 objectives because we are going to end up with about 70 topics, at least. So you should have, you see, okay, when I get to here, I will expatiate on it. Some people will say that expatiate to not lie or not lie be that. There's no N in expatiate. So at least 5 objectives. You say this Okebukola man don't come again. I'm so sorry. Then the learning outcomes. The learning outcomes, we should have at least 5 learning outcomes. You're going to see in a minute why this is carrying more marks than the objectives. So 4 marks for each of these, 3 marks for each of these. So at least 5 learning outcomes focusing on achieved and measurable results or consequences of what was learned. The course contents, not be file scratch. You have to have it as top. You have to have topics minimum of 17. So if you take that by 2 and whatever, you're going to have 35 marks. Then the minimum academic standards, if needed, as addition to what we have in this is not going to score because in many cases you may not need to add to the minimum academic standards for the program in the CCMAS. So this is 100. So what is the threshold to secure entry visa? What I mean by this, entry visa, also I pronounce, sorry, don't mind me as I go along. Visa, FISA, entry FISA. This is getting interesting. Entry FISA. Okay, it's entry visa, as if it's a Z here. Entry visa. You got to score 90%. I'm enjoying myself. It's the last day of December 20, last day of the year 2022, and I'm so delighted that God has kept me, and you too. So let's go on to a practical example. I said, do as I do, not do as I say. The first part of this thing, as I say, but let's do a practical example. Sir, your son does not know anything. He cannot even spell a simple word like lion. The Baba said, it's in Belezef. You know he's still a small boy, and the word lion means a big animal. Why not let us start by first asking him to spell small animal like cockroach? Yes, CCMAS, we're just learning about it. So let's learn small animal. The person, this boy, who cannot spell lion, can he spell cockroach? So now on with the practicals. You can see that there's a table of contents, 11 items. And then, so all I did was to create a 2-column table. I have the headings here, institution. So what do I do? You know, I said it took me about 45 minutes. I just typed Lagos State University, faculty education, department science and technology education, program as listed in the CCMAS. This is exactly how it's listed in the CCMAS. BSc education, excuse me, computer science education. So the indigenous homegrown course, the title, the status, and the contact hours is LASU STE 301. That's what you had in the earlier document I showed you. Pedagogical techniques in artificial intelligence. So that's the course title. This is the code, this is the title. So what about status? What about contact hours? So 2 units, that's the status. I didn't put this one there. So let's say it's an elective, elective. You can put it for elective. These ones now 5 marks. So again, don't mind my using PG English just to make life easy for everybody. So lectures 15, practicals 45. So this one said it approved relevance to vision, mission, strategic goals, and all that. What will I put in it? But what I found here is that this was Senate has approved. By the way, the Senate of LASU has not approved this. I'm just conjecturing. As I said in the first video, perhaps my colleagues in the program may not like this course, but so this is just to show how it can be done. So here we have this graduates who are highly skilled and knowledgeable in teaching artificial intelligence is in accord with LASU's vision to be a center of excellence in producing computer science education graduates for a metropolitan area and a megacity that will be the 6th largest in the world by 2050. With huge, you know, I read this one in the earlier bit, so that's it. Climate change. So this is what you need to put. This one is clear. I think it's 10 point scoring. Let's check that. Let's check that out. Yeah, that is correct. This is scoring 10 marks. This bit show congruence with the vision, mission, and contextual peculiarities as 10 marks. Overview 10 marks. Objectives. So let's get on with the practical example. Yeah, so we've done this. So for the overview, I said minimum of 2 paragraphs. Let me see how many I have. I have 3 paragraphs. Let's look at this overview. The overview, as I said, it should be overview. It should be the abstract, a summary of the whole thing, making some justification in the earlier paragraph, in the first paragraph. Artificial intelligence, AI, is a key aspect of contemporary life. It is anticipated to play major roles in all human activities far into the future. This underscores the importance of equipping students in secondary schools with knowledge and skills on AI to prepare them to participate actively in the AI-driven future. For a host of reasons, students find AI difficult to learn. Factors relating to the teacher, the delivery system, and facilities have been implicated. The teacher factor, especially deficit in content knowledge and pedagogic content knowledge, PCK, are prominent inhibitors to students' understanding of AI. This course, you can see now, this course is designed to strengthen the PCK base of computer science education teachers trained in Lagos State University. The importance of the course lies in meeting the need for teachers in Lagos megacity that is predicted to be the 6th most populous in the world by 2050. The objectives of the course, learning outcomes, and contents are provided to address this need. That's one. 10 marks. Ooh, wonderful. So objectives. Okay, now I'm going to give you some snippet of the difference between these objectives and these learning objectives. You know, during during the sensitization workshop with the deans, one very brilliant dean asked, "Oh well, why don't you have us as outcome based like one other?" I think it's one medical group, one medical accreditation agency, regulator, having their say outcome based. This was also outcome based, as I narrated. Now, the objectives, what we have here, this one here. is from the perspective of the teacher, of the deliverer of the curriculum. That's the teacher from your expectation. Your students will expect to do this. But the learning outcomes are from the perspective of the learner, of the student. And it's always important to make it measurable, to be smart. Not smart like Dressel, SMART, to be measurable and to time bound. Yeah, so here you'll see the difference in a minute. So the objectives of the course are to, well, state the importance of AI in contemporary and future developments of a megacity, especially in the education sector. Describe the architecture of AI and its future progression. Describe methods of teaching AI, including CTC, to senior secondary school students in Lagos State. Conduct practical exercises in the use of teaching methods and identify challenges to the deployment of AI in Lagos schools. This is from the lens of the teacher. That's what we expect them to do. But the learning outcomes, that is, after this is intended, that's the word I wanted to use, that Programmer Yusuf used. This is intended. Now, this one will be the achieved learning outcomes. What the students at the end of this whole big grammar here, on top of here, these objectives will achieve. So, on completion of the course, students should be able to state at least 3 importance of AI in a mega city like Lagos. Did you see a difference? Here, the teacher just said generally, that is what I want to do. I want them to state the importance. But here, you are saying to ensure that you have met the outcome, you have met the goal of this this delivery, that every student must be able to state at least 3 importance of AI to confirm to you that you have achieved some success. Describe the input process, product architecture of AI, and identify at least 10 AI-related topics. Compare the use of at least 3 methods, including cultural, techno-contextual approach in teaching AI to senior secondary students. Teach AI to a group of students by applying at least 2 pedagogical techniques. Why am I saying this? You can see the ones I have in red. The ones I have in yellow are almost like the same. Action verbs: state, describe, conduct, identify. Let me put this one. Let me also put this one in yellow. Yeah, that's it. So this one, you have state, you have identified, but you see identify, we are saying the number that should be identified. To wrap up this segment of it, this outcome based. Outcome, what you want the students to do, the level of proficiency that they must attain before you can beat your chest. Let me beat my own. I'm beating my chest now that the students have attained it. So we then go to the next one, course contents. This is the portion that appropriates the largest score, highest score, if you like. Would this say here that they should have minimum of 17 topics? Why 17? Why not 3? Why not 200? Yes, we know we said 17 because we're going to assign like how many 35 marks to this one, but not just about 35 divided by number of topics. But you see, you are running a course, a 2-unit course for a semester that is going to run for 13 weeks. So you at least must have 1 topic. So we're not limiting this one to say 13 topics. 17 because there are some weeks that you're going to have many more topics, 1 or 2, more than 1 topic. So here you have fundamentals of AI. Look at how it is punctuated. We're not putting this as semicolon or colon or whatever. Oh no, it can't be colon. We're not putting it as semicolon. So it is fundamentals of AI. Starts as a topic. There's a full stop. And it starts a new, if you like, sentence or topic, fields and application of AI in education and other sectors, full stop. And that topic starts the demands and importance of AI in the megacity, stop. Survey of AI-related infrastructure in the educational system in Lagos State. Basic architecture of AI and its future development. Demonstrating basic artificial intelligence and all that. We talk about this thing being practical, being teaching. They have a course, these students, they have a course in artificial intelligence that they're going to take in science. But this one is how to teach artificial intelligence. So practical The teaching of AI, teaching students the use of AI to solve real-world problems in a mega city. Techniques for making AI easy to learn by students in Lagos State schools. The promises and perils of AI. Ethics in AI for students. Challenges to the deployment of AI in Lagos schools. Hey, so now let's get on to the last. Minimum academic standards. You see, the minimum academic standards may be the same as what you already have in the CC Maths for that program. So this may be nothing. Now I'll put micro teaching laboratory, computers 1 to 5, 1 computer to 5 students, software Python for development and teaching of AI. Look, don't fall into a trap whereby you put this thing, say you need a thing, and to get a micro teaching laboratory, that's a lot of expense. That's the way to go, but you can, if it can be shared within the faculty, that's fine. But you put this one here, or if you put something that you will not be able to get into place, afford, there's danger. Hey, what kind of danger is that? The danger is that when you put as many standards, when the accreditors come or resource verification people come, they will use this one to measure you, and if you don't have it, then there is a challenge there. Yeah, so as you can see, I've populated all the rows here, everything all done. But this is how you go. Is that how you go to submit to NUC? Oh, definitely not. This is just like a template to guide you. So what we need to do now, just to watch me do it, is for us to, we can just take this one, take this and copy it. I can do a Control-C at the end there, and then create this one new, and put this one there. And all I need to do, I can just change this to, let's see, layout, convert to text. Everything is now text. Yeah, so that's it. Lagos State University, Department of Science. Yeah, that's it. So I can make this one. You can make it. So we're getting into a nice format now. So that's the course. So this one is what? So this is the course. So begin to put all those subheads that we have in the other place. Oh no, let me save yet. Oh yeah, I think I should save this. So you make sure you save it where you can easily. I'll call this one model Lagos State University. No, I will call it yes, so I've called it sample course by Peter Okebukola for PWG. So that's it. Yeah, so let's go on with it. This one will be just a minute. Yeah, this one will be Senate approved relevance. Excuse me. So we'll make this like that. And this one is overview. Sorry about my keyboard, rather noisy. So we have this, all the paragraphs, point of discourse lesson, this, yeah. So here we have objectives. Yeah, here will be learning outcomes. And here we have course content. Well, I can make it plural, course contents. Let's move this down. Excuse me. Contents. This will be minimum academic standards. So that's it. Yeah, let's page this. Maximum, you can see 2 pages, just 2 pages. So this is what we're expecting you to do. So you can see that it's no big deal. What else do I need to do here is to take off, excuse me, to take off all the can do that in one fell swoop. I can make this no color there, and make everything black here. Yeah, so that's it. This is it. This is it. As simple as that. And I'm going to ask all the DAPs and our Stratcom bosses to do exactly this for their programs. There's none of us in the group that hasn't got a program that he or she is teaching in, and will need to develop something like this. So when you have done this, you now need to save it. I'll just show you what you go to do, because you go to have it saved as okay. Let me come on to the PPT slide, and I'll show you that. Yeah, so this is what we are hoping to do as leaders, to show that we can also do it. Do as I do, not as I say. So the exercises will be for Stratcom, for DAPs, and for those who have been penciled down. Still the pencil can be erased if you do not measure up to any 90%. Potential reviewers of 30% addition to the CCMA. So what are we supposed to do? Stratcom, our DAP, my colleagues in Stratcom, the DAPs, and the potential reviewers. You should develop this homegrown or indigenous course for 30% addition to for CCMAS. The program to which you are affiliated in your university. Let me give you some examples from Stratcom. Grandpa is affiliated to medicine. Our Mama, the HME, is affiliated to education as a discipline, but there are some programs there. Professor Chiedu Mafiana is affiliated to National Poly University of Nigeria. He's a great nematologist. Peter Okebukola, I've done my own, by the way, so I don't do as I do, not as I say. And Professor Mike Faborode is a great agric engineer, so agric engineering and the others. So for those who are DAPs, of course, you are DAPs, Directors of Academic Planning, you have a program that you are affiliated with. So just take one and develop that homegrown thing. You save the file of the course that you have developed. As you can see, maximum 2 pages. It took me 45 minutes to do that. It can be less. Maximum 2 pages, not more than that. So you save the file as surname first, then your name, first name, and then your designation. Example is this. For Stratcom, it will be Okebukola, that's my surname. Peter is my first name, and then my group affiliation. For Grandpa, it will be Briggs Nimi Stratcom. I'm not worthy to call Mama. Mama HME, I can't. No. They never brought me to call her name like that. So let me take Chiedu Mafiana. So it will be Mafiana-Chiedu Stratcom. For the DAPs, it will be, let's take the chairman of the committee of Director of Academic Planning, Akinwande Bolanle. Or is it a Bolanle? Okay, fine. Let me just keep this. You can give us the correct thing. Akinwande Bolanle there's a hyphen there, then DAP. All the DAPs will have DAP there. Excuse me. For the reviewers, it will be Ahmed is the surname, Kabir is the first name, and then reviewer. It has to have this kind of 3 thing there. Then when this is done, you then upload the file to an online form. I'm going to provide the online form. Please do not email, because nobody is going to countenance any email from nobody by way of attachment. No. Send to the online form. You get the online form before midnight. Yeah, it's just gone past 8 o'clock my time, 8 p.m. No sleep for me. So before January 1st, yeah. So you have to submit by 12 January 4th. That's a long time. January 2nd. January 1st, tomorrow is a Sunday. The 2nd is a public holiday. You can do this one, very quickly. So that's it, my people. That's it. Yeah, so we have done it. It now remains for me to wish you a very happy 2023, which is just a few hours away. And then let me don my CC mask. Hard. CC Mass plus 30%. And all the very best. And bye bye. Peter Okebukola.